Hey guys, I'm Tyrone and welcome back to Harrison Family Farm. I hope you guys are hearing me all right. I don't have my microphone right now. It's actually charging because if you guys remember the debacle from the last video, it was cutting out on me. The last two videos, really. I apologize, guys. It's been tough. That is actually a fairly new microphone of mine, and so still working out the kinks and trying to decide if it's, user error or me forgetting to charge it, or it's just kind of defective. So we'll see. But anyway, guys, it is a hot Sunday here, and it feels like it's been a minute since I've been in front of you guys. I know I posted that last video kind of late, and so with that, it was close to Sunday again when it had released, and I didn't want to put another video out on top of it to smother it, and so I just decided to wait. So yeah, but I missed you guys. So I actually don't have much going on here at the farm this weekend. Just kind of slow motion. It's been really warm. I was just taking a break because I just finished up feeding the animals. Actually, if you guys can see, I'm sweating pretty good just because I just left them out here. But I want to update you guys on a few things. There have been some minor changes here around the farm. First, starting with the goats, I actually got them moved over here. At least mom and baby, and hopefully we can get baby to come close, because I would actually like to show you guys. She's growing up. She's got some horns that are growing up, really pretty, and she's just really coming into her own. See if I can zoom in a bit, but yeah, that's her. She's getting tall and everything. You can see her horns there. Try to get a little bit closer, but you can really see them right there. Yeah, and so mom and dad actually don't have them, and I bought them that way. And so their original, the people that owned them prior to me, actually, I believe it's the term is called polled. They polled them, and so that's just the removal of their horns at a young age. But in addition to the goats, the puppies are out and about. They're actually doing well, eating solids, hanging out with mom and grandma. That's Sophie, the darker dog, and then their mom is Duchess, the lighter dog. But yeah, they've been doing well. I actually started cutting in here, but in doing so, somehow I lost my air filter housing to my weed eater, and so I had to stop. But yeah, I started cutting that stuff down, and it's crazy. It's grown tremendously even since I've cut it. Like, it still looks ridiculous, and that's just because the rainfall. We haven't gotten a lot of rain lately as far as occurrences, but we did get a fair amount of rainfall when it did rain. And so that grass has just really been growing. In addition to that, though, guys, I've also... I just remembered something. I was about to speak about the garden, but I just remembered my uncle today. I've been working with him all earlier today and yesterday, but today he gave me some sweet potato plants out of his garden, and so I plan to get them planted into my garden, or our garden rather. I want to do it today. If not, I got them in a container that they'll at least keep for overnight. And so here's our garden here. Focus. That sun is really messing with my focus. There it goes. Tomatoes is really doing good. You guys see how big and mature they're becoming, and there's actually a few tomatoes right there that you can see. Sorry, that you can see right there. And so they're doing really well. Sorry guys, allergies are kicking my tail like real bad. And then we got our peppers, and so they're right up against the grass, so they can be kind of hard to see or make out, but let me zoom in a bit. And so there's our peppers. Actually, guys, let me just actually step in here, make it easier for you guys to see. But there's our peppers. You can see them a lot better now. There's some more. Then, like I showed you guys, there's our tomato plants. And there's those two tomatoes I was just showing you guys. And you can see those yellow flowers, I think some future blooms to be, if you will. And you guys can see I've actually started cleaning in here. I'm not done by a long shot, but I have started. And these are our recovering strawberry plants they're recovering from that goat attack that happened, which I'm really disappointed in, because this one here actually had a strawberry on it. And so I don't know that I'm going to get any strawberries out of it just because of that goat, but we'll see. And so this is the area I still need to clean up a bit. And I might even do that this evening. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes. I still got some work I need to do to prepare for the week. So we'll see. And then over here, of course, we got our cantaloupe, I believe, some cabbage, and some lettuce over there. And so that's it for our plants that actually have bloomed, or we just transplanted. And so actually none of our plants have bloomed. So let me rephrase that. Nothing that we have actually sowed into the ground has bloomed just yet. And so actually just keeping an eye out for that. But that's pretty much the biz with the garden and what's been going on with it. And here in a bit, well, actually I can show you guys now. I forgot my truck's over here and not in the driveway, so I'll show you guys the sweet potato plants my uncle gave me real quick. All right, guys, here they are. A little droopy right now. Like I said, it's a bit warm, but yeah, they're really look well. Ooh, let me shut my door. But they really look to be well, and I think they're gonna do well. And so I think I have a total of 3, and they're just in this cup wrapped in some newspaper that has been dampened, to just, you know, keep them alive during the transport. But yeah, I'm excited about those for sure. And so I do want to hurry up and get them in the ground. Like I said, either this evening or possibly tomorrow evening. I am leaning toward this evening though, to be honest. We'll see. Ooh, excuse me. So actually, guys, all news on the farm has not been good news. One day I was out here, right here on this entrance of our property, and I was getting ready to leave. I forget where I was going, store, work, something. And so I hear a popping noise, which is my electric fence. It means it's grounded on something. And so something just told me to get up and check it out, because usually it's no big deal. You know, something's touched it, cow tail inflicted or something, it just whatever, you know, right? And so for whatever reason I was like, let me investigate this a little bit more, let me get an understanding, and let me just fix it, right? Because the fence is not going to be effective if it's grounded. So I get out my truck, and I follow the sound, which leads me right about in here. And what I find really just surprises me, and so I'm going to share it with you. One of my posts fell, and so essentially it rotted out. You can see there, it rotted pretty bad, and I don't know what was the final blow that took it out, but the way I found out about it is because the hot wire had failed, and you can see right there where I came in and spliced it, so that I can continue that connection, because the connection that runs across here is actually pretty important to me. It actually, if you look here, it powers all of this area over here. And so historically, as you guys might know, that wouldn't have been that important. But in addition to that, with that happening, it has forced me to, no, let me take that back, because one came before the other. So in addition to that, some other changes around the farm has been made as well. And I mentioned to you guys before that I was really wanting to get all of that back area fenced in, or at least a portion of it, so I can allow the cows access to it to help with the hay bill or whatever. And so actually did that. And so that's what I was when I was thinking while I was talking a second ago, that's actually what I was saying to myself, is I actually put that fence up before that fence fell. But let me show you guys. But you see Beyonce here, and you see Jay way back up there. And so I've actually given them access to that, which you guys know has been a goal of mine. It's not the fencing project being completed by any means, but it is me for one, allowing them to give this land a break. They've been on this land for about 3 years or so, I want to say. And so they'll still have access to it. This will still be where their water is. You know, this will still be where I give them things for free choice. Like if you look up here now, there's even their feed buckets, beyond the male goat, because he's in here too with them. But their feed buckets, as well as some salt blocks. And I actually got them a fly block too to help combat all the flies. So this is like what I'm getting at essentially is this is the pen that I still will deal with them in for the most part. I did make an adjustment and putting their hay out here just here recently. As you can see it there. I actually don't even have my ring around it just because my ring is still in this pen. And I didn't show you guys, but I actually fenced it off so the cows can't get in. You can see that fence there. So the cows couldn't get in there, and so in doing so, I kind of locked that in there. But yeah, I put their hay down there because it was hell trying to get them to come in here. Even after I opened it up, I'm talking about, I had to put, it took me about 8 hours to get Beyonce down here. It took Jay about 3 days, no lie. And I'm talking about, you can see here, I had hay on the ground at this door not the door, but the gate, trying to lure them in here. I had feed on the ground. I had their buckets on the ground. You know, I finally got Beyonce in here the first time. I finally got Beyonce in here the first time by the feed, and then I got the majority of her body on this side of the gate and just got behind her and pushed her in. And so I thought after that she would have been good, but no, she was scared to come back this way after she went up there for whatever reason. So the very next day, I had to coerce her again to come in here. And so at this time, Jay he still wasn't even having it. He would come up to that gate and he would just stop. And so historically, a while ago, I did have a piece of hot wire to run across there, but that's probably been more than a year now. And so I don't know if he just remembers that, or he's never had access to it, so he's not messing with it or trying to even test it. But he was not going for it, not for a long time. And so they finally got over here, and I'm glad to see that they're enjoying it. And like so many other things, guys, I got to shout out my dad because he is the one who helped make this possible. He literally came over here last Sunday on Father's Day, and that's what we did, is what I'm about to show you here now. Sorry guys, my allergies are killing me. So essentially all I gave the cows is this, from this corner post, from what has always been their pen. There's the baby goat singing our praises, right? Maybe I can show you our horns too. There's the cutie. But yeah, there she is. But anyway, you guys see here, just came off this post. It was already existing, make it real easy for myself. And we put in some T-posts and just ran this straight line, as you can see, down to my post down there that we recently stopped fencing it. And so yeah, last Sunday, me and Dad was just out here, as always, ran that string, got us a good straight line, and then started putting in our posts, and just did 3 lines of barbed wire, and then I got 2 hot wires in between some of the barbed wire there, and that's going to be sufficient for the cows. I don't expect that would keep the goats by any means, but it will be sufficient for the cows. And so that's been cool. They've been enjoying it. Like I said, I see them out here lazing around, laying down, or whatever the case may be, and I'm happy for it too. Helps me keep this part of the land maintained. I will still put the goats over here sometimes because there are just certain things. Well, I'll just put it like this: cows and goats have different appetites. So cows are more your grass and things like that, where goats are more your shrub and weeds. And so there's going to be things that are just growing here and naturally occurring here that the cows are not going to be interested in and walk right by, where the goats will eat it. And so still have them in there, or in here rather. As you can see, this knucklehead's in here, so he's helping me out too. And oh man, he's broke his rope. Hate to see that. And the cows got best of both worlds. They got some actual grass, and then of course, for what that won't do, they have their hay. And so that was actually my plan. I knew that they would probably prefer the grass over the hay, and so the hay is just there for what the grass won't do or can't do right now. And that should slow down their consumption on the hay. And so we'll see how it turns out, guys. We're shy of a week in this. As you guys can assume, this is all new because this is the first time seeing it. So we'll see how it goes. So far, so good. You see Beyonce, you can see those teats hanging down a little bit. And now that she's closer, I can kind of show you guys. This is the area I spoke to you guys about a few weeks ago. Tends to relax right before calving, and then also as you can see, her vagina is bouncy. Sorry, don't mean to gross anybody out, but that's another sign that she's loosening up. So I'm really hopeful. We'll see. Hopefully I'm just not seeing all these things in my head. Hopefully you guys in the comments let me know, do you see what I'm seeing? Would you agree about the things or the characteristics of her body that I'm mentioning? And so that bag's not full by any means just yet, but you can see look like it's starting to produce or something, and I could be wrong, but that's just kind of what it looks like to me. You see? And I don't know if you guys can see back there, Beyonce has a 5th nipple. I looked it up, and it's kind of a weird thing that happens occasionally with some cows. It's to the back on her left side. I don't know if you can see it right now. There it is. But yeah, she's got a extra nipple back there. Doesn't produce milk, or the calf can't get milk from it. It's just there. But just one of those weird things. But yeah, there she is doing well. Jay's back off in that corner still. Seems so far from here with the way I got to zoom anyway. But there he is. He's actually lost his horns just in recent weeks too, which I'm not sure if that means he's going through a state of maturity and about to get some more, or if he's just been butting up against something. So we'll see. He hasn't, not really, but at all, he hasn't been like aggressive or anything like that, like he's been going through anything. So I don't know, we'll see. But I almost think it was him just losing them, because they happen so quickly. He lost one, I noticed, one day, and no more than a few days later the other one was gone too. So for that to happen like that makes me think that it's part of nature, part of something that he goes through in maturing. So not a whole lot of grass out here, guys. You can see Beyonce, she's picking at scraps, really, in my opinion, at this point. But she likes this little goat. Get off of my leg. I always want to roughhouse and play and lick on somebody. I don't know what you've been under. Your whole back is black. And so yeah, guys, here's that barrier I put up to keep the cows out of there. As you can see, it's just my remaining roll of fence that I've been using. I didn't want to cut it just because that's a good roll of fence, and I might think of something better to put there, or I might just fix the fence over there, who knows. But I didn't want to permanently install it there for a temporary fix, or make a cut to that, because I got a plan for that. Like I mentioned to you guys before, I think that piece of fence is just as long as I need to get from that corner. I just show you that barbed wire connected to my next gate down there. So I want to try to save it for that if at all possible, because I think it's a good fit if I'm eyeballing it. What is this knucklehead doing? Doggone goat. There on my heels, but got them back in there. But yeah, guys, you can see I'm sweating pretty good. I ain't been doing nothing but walking and talking. And this is probably close to 7 o'clock. So it ain't even the height of the day by any means. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to, sorry. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to check in. Like I said, felt like I hadn't talked to you guys in a while. Leave me a comment down below, like, subscribe, share. Love hearing from you guys. We're still on our road to 1,000. You guys have been awesome. Continue to do what you do. We love your support. We love you viewing, and have a great week. Peace.